That looks safe.
Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm Charlie, and today I am finally back from my 3-week vacation. Well, it wasn't exactly a 3-week vacation, but I didn't want to make another video until now because I didn't really have any ideas for any upcoming videos. But stay tuned because I will be uploading more frequently. But today I have something revolutionary that not that many people know of that will change the face of vintage Mac collecting. Basically, if you're a vintage Mac collector, you've probably come into the problem with these things. Now, these are probably the most annoying Macs you could possibly collect. The reason is because these system discs are hard to find. They're not exactly reliable, and they're just in general hard to use. Now, this Mac actually doesn't have anything wrong with it, but this disc does not work for some reason. I don't know why, and that other disc is just there for decoration. But I have probably one of the greatest things ever. So this is the Floppy EMU device from Big Mess of Wires, and it's basically a floppy disk drive with built-in software that you can just plug into the back of your vintage Mac. Comes with the software all fully loaded on this SD card, and it's probably I quote, the greatest ever modern accessory for a vintage Mac. And I spent $150 on this, and it's a bit pricey. You could probably buy a Mac for that, but it is totally 100% worth it. And I will be going over some of the features later on in the video, but for now, let's get to the unboxing.
So here's the box itself. It's a small flat rate box, tracked and insured. Pretty luxurious, if I do say so myself. So I'm just gonna open this up. Hopefully, I guess I'll just have to use the knife. So let's just do that. This is stupid. I hate opening boxes. It's the worst. Okay, don't want to see the shipping label. Ugh, this is the worst. I hate unboxings, especially when it's something like this. Alright, perfect. And here it is. So, what do we have in here? Quick start guide. Don't really need this, but thanks. Pretty nice for people who don't know, but I do know how to use this because... Okay, what do we got here? First thing we have is a frosted ice acrylic case. This does not look like an acrylic case to me. We'll just get back to that in a bit. And here is the device itself. We're not gonna look at that. This is the really cool custom SD card. So it's on a micro SD card, but it also has this really cool adapter, and this is actually a really cool adapter. I didn't know it actually would look like this. I thought it'd be just a standard, but that's pretty cool. And I don't know what's in here. I'm not really expecting anything else, so we'll just look in here. Hopefully it's free stuff. That'd be nice. What do we got in here? Oh, this is the thing itself. So then... Oh, this is the connector. So, first we're going to take off the connector. This is all really nicely packed, by the way. So, props to whoever did this. So, it comes with this really long cable. So, one of the cool parts about this is that this is the floppy drive cable. Now, if you look inside a vintage Mac, this is the type of cable that the floppy drive uses to connect to the motherboard. So, you could just connect it with that port on the motherboard if you wanted to. But... there is also an alternative solution. If you're not comfortable with opening the thing up, there's this other thing that comes with it, which is the connector. So basically what this is this is basically the same thing as a floppy disk drive connector that you connect to the back of your vintage Mac. And guess what? Look, you can connect it just like that. And then you could just connect whatever you want. And then you could just connect whatever you want to the back of this. I actually think this is pretty useful, not only for this, but for other things. Because if you want to troubleshoot like floppy disk drives, internal floppy disk drives, you can use this actually because you don't have to like awkwardly open the Mac and like have it hanging out of it. But yeah, this is pretty useful, and also it's really long, which is also really nice. So now let's put that to the side, and now for the main attraction itself, I give you the world's greatest tool for vintage Macs. Now, may not look like much, but this is actually a really cool device. So there's so much packed into this that this doesn't even look like what I expected. It's a lot smaller than I expected, especially considering all the videos I see, because no matter what, whenever I look at something in a picture, I always judge that size. I never really judge it by its size, and then when it actually comes, it's like the complete opposite of what I expected. But comes with a seal, but I don't know how to remove it. I guess I'll just, well, actually, I really want to take it off because it's really bothering me. So, yeah, peel that off. Official seal has been removed. So let's take a closer look at this thing. So it has, so basically there are these menus that you can navigate through. So we have previous, select, and next, and we also have the SD card reader itself for micro SD, which is why they give you the adapter. And it also has a reset button just in case it crashes, I guess. Or unless you want to use a new type of software. And, oh, shoot. And one thing I also noticed is that you can also remove the screen on it. So this is a very small, probably like an inch. This is a very small 1-inch monochrome backlit screen. A lot like the it's a lot like that calculator I reviewed, only it's backlit. And also, what's really cool is that you can remove it from the thing. So if the screen either breaks or you don't like it, you could always replace it, which is pretty good. But I don't think that's intended, but it's actually pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, that's a cool little feature. So yeah, so basically how this thing, you set it up is basically just, you want to connect this like so onto the little emu device. It's kind of hard to pronounce, or emulator, I guess. And there you go, all set up. So yeah, so with this, let's start actually assembling the acrylic case. It comes with this really cool acrylic case, and it looks cool in the pictures, but it looks like it's made of cardboard. I really hope that they didn't mess up the order, but because I'd be really disappointed, because yeah, so you have to assemble it yourself. This may actually take a while, but these are the pieces, and oh, wait a second. Is this just a peel? I think it is. I don't know, but this does not seem to be wanting to peel off, but yeah, you know what? I'm gonna assemble this first, and then I'll report back to you in just a sec. After about 45 minutes of assembly, the frosted acrylic case is finally finished. Now, this thing took really long to assemble for a few reasons. One, I had to peel off that brown stuff, and one of the reasons why it was probably there is because this, I bet, is laser cut, so probably what happened is they got huge sheets of this and cut them in tiny pieces with a laser cutter, and the reason why that cardboard was there was to avoid from scratching, and the reason why they didn't take it, and the reason why they didn't take it off was because it would take too long. And so I peeled it off, and that alone probably took like maybe 10 minutes. And the assembly took forever, mainly because it was hard to get these buttons in here, because these buttons aren't actually shoot. This button doesn't seem to be working, so far I'm not such a big fan of this case. Why isn't it working? It's so weird. Is it stuck? No, but I don't feel anything when I press it like the other ones. That is so weird. But we'll have to fix that later, but if that is a problem, I'm gonna have to fix it soon, but I might have tightened it a bit too much, but otherwise, the thing looks kind of cool though. It kind of reminds me of the translucent iMac G3s. It's not exactly transparent, but it is transparent just enough to be able to see the insides, which is pretty cool. There's a little slot for the cable to come out, and there's even a slot here for the SD card, and it's perfect because there's just enough space to be able to push it in and push it out. So That's thumbs up for that. So yeah, now that we have the thing assembled, it's time to actually use the thing. Alright guys, so now that we have the floppy emu connected, now it is time to actually demonstrate the thing. So this cable is just long enough to be able to bring it around the computer, which is perfect. And I would like to mention that this floppy emu device is also compatible with working with Apple Lisas if you have one, which I seriously doubt you do, and any Apple II systems. And this not only works with the Compact Macs, but it also works with the Macintosh 2 series, and also it works with the later Power Mac series. So anything under the iMac G3 made by Apple will work with this thing, which is pretty cool. And it does have an SD card slot, as I told you before, and probably the good part about this is that you can actually load software onto here and put it into here and then load it onto your vintage Mac, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And this thing is powered by the computer itself, so you don't actually have to put batteries in it or anything. And this is actually my other SE, not the one you saw earlier. This is the one without the hard drive. I was going to use the one with the hard drive, but I thought it might be a bit wonky and hard to get it to work properly. And also this one gave me the Mac screen of death yesterday, so I hope it works. So yeah, all set up. Let's see what happens. Ooh, fancy. It's all lit up. So this is Floppy Emu Model B, which is, I assume, the second model. I forgot, I couldn't see what else it said, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So this thing is gonna give me the flashing finder, and this is the only thing connected to this. Let me mention that. So seems to be working, I guess. Let's see. Please don't die on me. Please, I really need you for a video. Come on, or I'm gonna sell you because you're a piece of garbage. And it works. Okay. So I guess it senses this being connected and thinks that there's a disk in it, because technically what this is supposed to be like to the computer is a floppy disk drive, but I guess it thinks that there's a disk in it. So yeah, anyway, you can navigate through the menu with these buttons. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit so that you can see the screen and the buttons. And yeah, that seems about perfect. So you can see Apple II discs, Lisa discs, and Mac discs. So you already know I'm about to do the Mac discs. And so the middle button's okay. This one's to go left, this one's to go right. Well, it should be, the arrows should be turned around like so, but I guess not. So let's see. We have apps, blank things, games, and system disks. Now, system disks is what we're gonna need today. So you can so what's really cool is that this thing reads and writes just like a real floppy disk drive. So you could actually install all these different systems on your vintage Mac, all the way to System 8, which is actually really useful. So now, this pretty much eliminates the need to ever need any vintage Mac software ever again. So we need 800K, so let's do 6.0.8, because that's the original operating system that the thing ran on. So you just press it, and I guess, I don't know what this does, so I guess I'll just press this. Not support for the current emu mode. Okay. Oh, these are installers, so I guess we'll have to go to the, systems. System 4, System 6, let's do that. Not supported for the current emu mode. What does it mean by emu mode? Let's just reset that. What is this doing? Let's see. Let's see if it will work now. Huh. It's odd. 800K. Should work. Why isn't it working? Okay, this thing doesn't seem to be working properly. I'm gonna do a bit more research and then I'll be back. Hey guys, so apparently it's a bit more sophisticated than I thought. So you actually have to change what mode it has to be in at startup. So basically what it's telling me to do is I have to open up the selection menu. So what I have to do is I have to reset the
emulation device and press select. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to press reset and then press select. So there we are. So select default mode. So we are obviously going to be using Unidisc 3.5, I guess, because this is a 3.5 drive and it's not an Apple II, and I'm not sure what a smart port disk is, so I guess we'll turn off. Yeah, I guess it will probably work now. So let's try now. So Mac disks, system disks. Please let me use 6.0.8 already. Now it'll work. Okay. It does not seem to be functioning. I think I chose the wrong format. So, let's see. Let's try selecting again. This thing is more complicating than I thought, so let's just do smart port disk, I guess. Saved, restart. My goodness, this is a lot more complex than I originally intended. Okay. Apple II smart port. Okay, that's not what I want. Dang, okay, I'm really stuck with this thing. I'm gonna do a bit more research and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it's actually telling me to reset this computer itself, so I guess we'll have to restart this thing, and then we have to choose Unidisc 3.5 again. So now it's telling me to turn this off, I guess. So now we have to turn the actual computer off, so yeah, let's try this now. Should be able to recognize. I don't know if that counts as recognizing, but we're gonna see anyway. System disks, please work. I am just tired and I want this thing to work. I paid $150 and it shouldn't be this complicated. Thing doesn't work. Ugh. What am I even doing? I don't even know how this thing works. Okay, we're gonna try the other thing, I guess, now. We're gonna try smart port disk. Okay, turn off computer. Turn back on. Ugh, this is annoying. Don't know if it's working again, so... God, this is really annoying me. And, yep. Just great. Stupid thing. You know what, let's just try a different computer. So, yeah, why don't we just do that? If anyone could maybe help me with this, that'd be much appreciated. Decided I'd use my Macintosh Plus instead. Now, this was working when I last used it, and I haven't used it in quite a while, and I don't even have a keyboard and mouse for it because Apple Desktop Bus peripherals won't work with this thing. But at least I'll be able to show off the functions of the system disks, and then I'll be able to show you how to load software onto a regular Mac, like the one with the hard drive, because I'm definitely using that one. So yeah, here we go. And also I need to troubleshoot this thing a bit more, and I think that the other computer is severely messed up, so let's start it. I don't even know if this thing works. Okay, I guess it seems to work. You know, this is the one that I store on my shelf, that you see in my videos, and I actually sold the other one on eBay for $20 because that was all I could get for it, unfortunately. But wish I could have gotten more, but that one wasn't as good as this one. This one has a working floppy drive, but I just don't have peripherals for it, unfortunately. So This one doesn't seem to be giving me the X, which is good. So I think we're at a good start with this one. So I'm just gonna make the screen dimmer so it's easier for you guys to see it. So I guess we will restart this again. So I'm gonna do undisk thingamabob. Alright, so saved. Now turn off the computer and then back on. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay, it's brought me back to the menu, thankfully. It's gonna work. Did I break this one too? Is this just the device that, does this thing just break computers? Okay, finally. Okay, this is a different result than the other one gave me, so what I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna try and load system something on this. Well, let's do, no, I can't do 6 point. I guess I could because it worked, so it worked with my with my actual system disk. So yeah, let's see if this works. Does not seem to be functioning. You know, this is inserted, so I mean, it's giving it power, so it's obviously connected. I just can't seem to figure out what the problem with this thing is. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. We can't do smart port disk because we just did. Let's try Apple II 3.5-inch floppy. So to turn off computer, back on. Again for like the second time. I'm just starting to be convinced that there's something wrong with this thing. I don't know, but select disk emulation mode, open mode selection menu, reset the emulator, and press select while the title info is shown on the LCD screen. Each type of firmware supports several different emulation modes. 3.5-inch floppy, exactly what I want. 5 whatever something, and hard disks, etc. Let's just see if this works. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna be pretty pissed with this thing. And so far, I'm not really liking the experience with this thing. It is sort of cool. It is a cool gimmick, but if it doesn't actually work, why even sell it in the first place? Finally, it works. It was Apple II all along. But as you can see, it works. It's actually pretty cool. So as you can see, we are booting into macOS 6.0.8. Forget what I said. This is working, and it's working just fine. As you can see, it is booting up. There's also a status light. I believe this is power, this is status. Sort of like on the Macintosh 2CX and 2CI models. There are two lights. There's a power and a hard disk. But yeah, it works. See, there's your system tools, etc. And I do not have peripherals, so I can't even test it. So yeah. So now that we have this working and we know it works, we can now actually use the software on this, because I know that this thing comes with a lot of different types of cool software. So now that we have my literally only useful computer in my possession, we can now finally use this floppy emu for what it's made to do. And for some reason, oh shoot, illegal instruction. What? Okay. That's bad, I think. Oh shoot, I forgot to connect the keyboard and mouse again. I think just 95% of my computers are just severely messed up. I don't know why. I mean, my classic isn't, but I don't feel like taking it out because I already had this one out. I might actually have to, and then that'd mean I'd taken out all of my compact Macs, even the ones I barely use. So let's just restart this thing. Okay, so better not like automatically do something.
Okay, let's see. So it seems to be starting up now. I think there was something left over from the previous thing that we did, but it should be working now. So we're just gonna wait for this to boot up. Well, actually, let's peruse this software. So I actually want to put my fleece on because it's getting a bit cold down here. So as we wait for this, I'm just gonna put this on and then we can continue. So anyway, let's check out what we got on here. So we're obviously gonna have to go to Macintosh disk, so you don't really have a point. So there are different apps. I may want to try some apps. What I really want to check out is the games. So let's check out. We got 3 and 3, Beyond the Dark Castle, Prince of something. I know that game. It looks pretty fun. Airborne, Columns, Crystal Quest. I already have Crystal Quest, so Dark Castle, Defender of the something, Flight Simulator, Fokker, Triple Lane. I don't think I want to try that. Fool's Errand. Yeah, there are a whole lot of things. Mac Golf. There's a golf game for this thing? Well, who knew? Mac-Man, basically Pac-Man. Maze Wars, Missile Command. Most of these games I have. Some of them I don't have, like Origin Trail. I really want to try that one out. Rogue Disc, Shuffle Puck. Yeah, like literally all the old Mac games are on here. Well, actually, that's about it. But Zork, Wizard's Fire, Tetris Max. So like not the original Tetris. Let's try it. Ah, shoot! Now it's giving me this again. Ah, my goodness. Now I need to try this again. Alright, turn off computer. I guess we'll start it up with the disk thing. Okay, so Mac discs, games, Tetris, quick! Ah, damn it! Why does it have to be so far down? Like, damn! This thing is so annoying. I can't. This is the most complicated piece of technology I've ever had to use in my entire life. Why can't it be powered while it's off? That just makes the whole thing much harder, and I feel like I'm just damaging this hard drive as I'm doing this. I'm just so tempted to take out the, just like unplug the hard drive on this thing, but I don't know. I don't feel like messing with this thing anymore. I think I'll just make a part 2. So this is part 1. I'm gonna get this thing working, and in the next video we're gonna really dive into this thing and see what's up. So yeah, so that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Please leave like and subscribe, and comment down below about how you think about my stupidity over how stupid I am with this thing. And if you can help me, that'd be much appreciated, because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, because this quick start guide is sort of help, but not really. So yeah, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.